Hey there, my name's Renee, and I'm the SketchBook Community Manager. I like to think of it as kind of like a cheerleader for SketchBook. I help people in using the tool and get them excited about it. Today we're going to go over SketchBook Express on the desktop and for tablets. SketchBook Express on the desktop looks like this when you open it up. You can open up the layers and the color palette by clicking on these icons. Click on it once to open it up, click on it again to make it go away. But since we're going to talk about it, I'm going to open those guys up. The brushes palette should look pretty familiar to you. There's everything from pencils, to markers, to paintbrushes. There's even things like special effect brushes, like the blur tool. And then of course erasers, and a flood fill tool. If you don't like what you just did, you can use the undo button to go back. That's this red arrow right here. Click on it and it'll undo your last action. To change the size of a brush, drag and draw inside of this circle. Left and right will make the brush bigger or smaller, and up and down will change the opacity if you can change the opacity. To select a different color, drag and draw in this circle. Use this slider to make the color darker or lighter. If you really like a color, you can click and drag inside of this box right here, and you'll notice that you can pull it down and save it for later on this toolbar. If the color you want has already been drawn with, and you didn't save it, you can use this tool right here, this magnifying glass, to hover over your canvas and find the color you want. Then click on that color and you'll have it selected again. This is the Layers palette. Layers are like transparent pieces of paper that are stacked on top of each other. You can tell which layer we're on because it'll be outlined in blue. Let's select layer 1 and let's draw some other lines. You'll see the tiny icon of my drawing on layer 1. That'll help you figure out what layers got what elements on it. To hide a layer temporarily, click this eyeball button. Click it again to bring it back. To change the transparency of a layer, you can use this slider. And then you can use these arrows to reorder the layers. So I'm going to click and drag this layer below the other one. And then you can see now my blue lines are on top of the green lines. If you want to save your artwork and keep your layers, you need to be sure that you save it as a TIFF file. The TIFF file will keep all your layers, so the next time you come back to SketchBook, you can edit it just how you'd like. Now I'm going to show you how to do all that stuff on SketchBook Express for a tablet. SketchBook is a little bit different on every tablet, but the icons should be the same. To open up your brush palette, click on this icon right here. You can see you've got a lot of the same brushes that you do on desktop. Pencil, airbrush, paintbrush, and erasers. You've even got the flood fill tool, but he's up here. You can use these sliders to change the radius and the opacity of your brush. To change the color, drag and draw in this circle to change the hue, and then use the diamond shape to make it darker or lighter. Don't forget to try out all the tools, because they all have different sorts of textures and styles. Click on this button to open your Layers palette. In SketchBook Express for tablets, you only can have 3 layers at one time. Use this icon to hide your layer, or to bring it back. Click and hold over these 3 lines to change the order of your layers. You can also change the opacity of a layer by using this slider right here. When you're done with your sketch, make sure to save it. Click on the gallery icon and hit save. Your sketch will show up in your gallery. If you want to edit your sketch again, select it and then hit edit over here in the corner. To start a new sketch, click on the plus button.